Sharia. Surely you've heard the term, but do you really know what it means? Now Muslims will tell you, oh, Sharia is just our religious law. It's just like halakha, Jewish law, or like Catholic canon law. Well, it's not like them at all, because Jewish law and Catholic canon law have nothing to say about me. But the Sharia is to rule over both believer, the Muslim, and the non-believer, the kafir, such as myself. So the Sharia is very unusual in that its scope is humanity. It's to rule over all. When you look at Islamic doctrine, the Quran is hard to read. It's contradictory. There are 7,000 hadith in Bukhari alone. That is, these are traditions which Muslims are supposed to follow. And then we have a huge life of Muhammad called the Sirah. Well, how is a Muslim ever supposed to deal with all of this massive input of information and data? How are they to figure out what they're supposed to do? One word answer, Sharia. So Sharia looks at all the words of Allah, all the words and actions of Muhammad, and reduces them down to a code. Now, it's more than a legal code, but it does include legalities. For instance, the Sharia tells you how to drink a glass of water, how to say hello, how to say goodbye. Well, these are not normally legal issues, but they're contained in the Sharia. So Sharia is a complete way of life. It leaves nothing out. It talks about food, as a matter of fact, with the 5 pillars, you can't do them really without the Sharia text. So it tells you how to pray, how to give the zakat, which is the charity tax, how to become a Muslim, how to do the Hajj, and how to pray. So the Sharia tells a Muslim how to do everything to do in their life. Having said that, many Muslims would tell you, I don't know anything about Sharia. They have absorbed the Sharia in their mother's milk, as it were. Sharia is what runs the entire Ummah, community of Islam. So Muslims know many things which come from the Sharia, but they don't know they're in the Sharia. Now, the Sharia is a wonderful book, or body of knowledge, because it helps to answer questions. For instance, what is jihad? Well, you can get the answer what jihad is. And jihad is making war against the kafirs in order to expand Islam. There is no aspect of life that is not covered in the Sharia. This is the reason that Islam is a problem. If Islam were a religion, who would care, really, one way or the other? But it is a complete way of life. The Sharia puts forth a complete civilization. That's where the problem comes in, because that civilization is to be superior to all other civilizations, or said another way, Islam is here, and one of its purposes in America is to make the Sharia superior to our Constitution. Now you go, well, that'll never happen. That'll never come up in an election. The Sharia is more than a legal code. For instance, how many people do you know who self-censor and don't talk about how they really feel about Islam or what they think about Muhammad? They are absorbing the Sharia, which means no one is allowed to criticize Islam in any way. So you may be practicing Sharia already and don't know it. You need to learn more about the Sharia. Thank you.